me on the.
Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'll be talking about my trip before lockdown. I went to London and Serbia, and one of the things I'll be saying is that I'm really grateful that I didn't overstay my trip in London or in Serbia, because I would have had issues with coming back into the country, because a lot of people are outside the country now and they are stopped. So what really happened was that I did my booking from Obdo, and the booking was meant to be from on the 17th, leaving Nigeria to London, but somehow I did not do the booking well. It was my fault because I wanted a cheaper flight. So I chose the option of um, doing getting a cheaper flight, unknown to me that they had already done some wrong booking. I did not know, because all the dates I chose was right. So when I got to London on the 23rd, I was meant to fly out from London to Serbia. I got to the airport, I was trying to do a self check-in, but I couldn't do a self check-in, and I was wondering what really went wrong, because this is something that we've done before. It's not as if it's my first time of doing it. So I now went to the customer care and I asked them what really happened and why we had those issues. So he said that yes, that I was 1 month early, and I was like, really, 1 month early? This is surprising. How can you say that I'm 1 month early? He said I should check my booking. So I got my phones out and I checked, and lo and behold, it was true. My booking was early. I was meant to have flown out 23rd according to what it is stated there, but what I wanted was 23rd of February. So I was shocked, and I'd already logged out of my checked out of my Airbnb. I'd already planned myself. So fortunately for me, I had a friend that stayed in London. So what I just did was I called her. I said, babe, see what happened, oh. See, this is what is happening here, and I'm trying to travel, but they say I can't travel and my booking was wrong. She was just like, okay, you know what, I got you, come back to the house. You stay with me until you do your booking. So I now booked. I told them I wanted to fly, if I could fly the same day, and they said no, that the booking was like £300, and I knew that I couldn't afford that. It was too expensive. It was not because I didn't have the money or I couldn't just fly that day, but I felt it was outrageous for me. So I told them to check for like Monday, because I was leaving on Saturday or Friday, I think. I'm not sure, I can't remember. So he said, okay, Monday is possible, but not the same time, and that it will be early in the morning instead of in the evening flight. I said, okay, no problem. So we booked the flights. I think the fee for changing it was £110. So I changed the flights. On the day for me traveling, I got to the airport again, and that story, they said that they couldn't book Turkish flights. That they had too much, they had delays or something like that. I can't really remember what happened, but they took responsibility for it, and they rebooked my flight with Serbian airline. So I took Serbian airline. I went to Serbia. Then because I did that booking, I had to rechange my coming back to Nigeria. So instead of me coming back to Nigeria on the 3rd or 4th of March, it was moved to 7th. So on getting to Serbia, because of how people in Serbia are, they are very, very welcoming. Like, Serbians are really welcoming. And, I made a lot of friends. I visited several cities. I went to Belgrade. I went to Zrenjanin. I went to Novi Sad. I went to Malinci. So it was a very good trip. And, meeting friends, I wanted to extend my trip to like 3 days more. So, but trying to do it online, I couldn't do it because I used that site. If it was maybe through Turkish airline directly, it would have been easier or better for me. But because of I did Obdo, I couldn't do that. So I then waited. So on one of my trips to Malensi, that was 2-3 days to my travel, I didn't wear my jacket, so I caught cold. It was so bad. Like, it was really bad. I thought something had happened to me, because I've never experienced that kind of cold before. I couldn't cough. My coughing out. It wasn't coming out. And so I was scared. Then I called my mom. I was like, Mom, CCO, this is what is happening. I'm going to be leaving Serbia in 2 days' time, and I'm really cold. And she was like, that do I know that now in Nigeria that they have corona cases. It was so scared. I think it was on the 25th when I got to Serbia that I found that they said there was corona in Nigeria. And this was so painful because I was wondering, oh God, what is really happening in Nigeria? What is the issue? Hope all is well. You know, I was panicking. Then my popsi now called me and said, that I should please quickly leave Serbia because he heard that in Croatia they have COVID. And I told him, I said, Dad, I don't know, there's nothing I can do. I've already booked my flights. Then I had not even changed my mind to change my tickets. You understand? I just was planning to stay till the 7th and leave. So on that day, when my party called me, I was not like, Dad, I can't leave. Or I'll just stay. If I was resident here or I was married here, there's nothing I would do. I won't begin to run home. I'll just stay. So I was like, okay, don't worry. God is with you. Stay. Be careful. Take all the precautionary health measures. I said, okay, no problem. Then that was on the 5th. I was now very sick. I couldn't even go out. I was so cold. My legs were cold. My hands were cold. If I was coughing, I couldn't cough out anything. Everything was just not happening and working for me. I was really scared. So I started taking hot tea. I covered myself with blankets. I was taking in steam. After that, I took Serbian Panadol. I increased the heater. I was indoors all through from 5th, 6th until on the 7th when I was flying. Then I started using inhaler again because it was as if I couldn't breathe well. At some point, I was gasping for air. And, you know, it was as if, you know, because of the issue of everybody having corona or the corona thing, I was just scared. Even if somehow I didn't know what the symptoms were. I had not even watched videos online to see what people that had corona looks like. But I was just scared. In my mind, I was like, what if there is corona? Or what if I had caught corona? But somehow I was also thinking then, because I wasn't really well informed as at then, to know if corona was a cold virus or it was something that when you touch and all that. You know, then we're not really well educated about so many things that had to do with corona. So that was how I managed and I was able to come back to Nigeria. On getting to Nigeria, the weather was good. I felt better. I couldn't even believe that I was even feeling that way because as soon as I got in, the weather was good. The weather in Nigeria was bliss, and when I got into the country, the weather was so perfect. I didn't have issues of coughing again. It even seemed as if I didn't even have cold. Anybody I told that then that I had cold wouldn't have believed me. I was glad to be back in Nigeria, and when I got to Nigeria, I realized that the way they were saying it online or on the news was not as bad as it was. We're on lockdown for about 2 to 3 months. At some point, I was like, okay, when will if I wake up, I hope this corona had gone, or when will it go? But every time I kept waking up, and it was not just improving. But you know, we thank God that everything has improved now. We're getting better. I've not even seen any case according to what we've seen, although they've been telling us that the cases have been rising. But we've not really seen or had people that are friends or family friends that have had those issues. Whether it is true or not, I don't know. But I'm grateful that we don't really have those issues, because if we have the issues the way they are saying it internationally, because a lot of people are saying things like, oh, that the cases in Nigeria has really increased and stuff like that. I don't know where we would have been because we are not prepared in any way. Is it our health system? Sometimes I'm just, you know, there's times I just sit down and I think about this COVID. I really thank God for how we are alive, most importantly, because if COVID was really serious, like it is in Italy, Brazil, America, I'm not sure Nigerians will survive it, because our healthcare system is really poor, like very poor. At the first time when they had the lockdown, we're talking about ventilators. We had few ventilators in the country. Some hospitals were not even well equipped. Like last, I'm just really happy that we are getting to where it is and the world is recovering from corona at large. Thank you very much for watching and staying with me. Please subscribe, like, and thank you. See you guys next time.